Hey everybody, it's Karen. Aloha Friday. I decided to make some Pampered Chef muffins today, so I'm going to show you why I have an inspiration for that. These were requested from my kids from Walmart last night on our trip, and they make them in the bakery, but I'm pretty sure they're full of a whole bunch of preservatives and junk. So I'm going to make a Pampered Chef blueberry muffin, and we're going to use this. So it's a egg cooker, and it's a ceramic egg cooker. So I don't know if you can see how close up. It's just ceramic. Got a little gripper here, and I found a recipe. I know it's backwards, but I found a recipe online. Blueberry lemon microwave muffin. So here we go. I'm going to use 2 tools. Actually, I'm going to use 3 tools. So this little cup right here is going to help me store all my ingredients. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure out my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients. The dry ingredients are going to be flour, which I'm going to use a gluten-free 1-to-1 Bob's Mill baking flour. And it says to use 3 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, 3. And you guys know that muffins usually are sweet, so this is not a low-calorie recipe, but it's definitely a better option than having those bakery muffins that I showed you earlier. 2 tablespoons of sugar, and it says 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm going to get my baking powder. Make sure I scrape off the top. You don't want too much. And I love these. These are the Pampered Chef measuring spoons. And they stack up real nice so you can kind of keep them all together. Cool, right? And then I think it calls for just that. That's the dry ingredients. Wet ingredients. I'm going to get some butter melted into my ceramic egg cooker. So it wants me to put a whole tablespoon of butter. So I'm just going to do my best to measure out a tablespoon. It's okay to use your fingers if you're the one who's going to eat it. That's my rule. So into the microwave cooker, and again, using my fingers, I'm just going to scrape it off. Please don't lick butter in front of people. That grosses them out. I'm just saying. I don't like it. And it's going to go in the microwave for 15 seconds. So 15 seconds. Hit start. I just washed the butter off. Hey, so I'm a little depressed today because my live streaming isn't working on Facebook, so I'm doing a video instead, which is not my kind of cup of tea. I like to interact with people as I'm cooking, and I like to feel like somebody's actually here with me in the kitchen, and just doing a video, it just kind of feels bland, but I was trying it for like 30 minutes to get the live streaming working. If anybody has any tips or tricks to get this working, please personal message me so I can figure out how to make it work. But I'm going to show off something. This is the little 1-cup prep bowls, and I bought a I bought a set of 6 of them. No, that is not on my mind. I bought a set of 6 of these, and I use them all the time. So I'm going to measure out just an egg yolk into the cup. You don't need to measure an egg yolk because it's only just one, usually, unless you get twins, which has that happened to anybody? You get twin egg yolks. But I'm going to take the egg white out. I'm doing the back and forth trick. Some of you guys might have an egg white separator, which sometimes I just don't like getting it out because it makes more dishes for me. So I got all my egg white out, and this calls for 1 egg yolk in the recipe. So we're going to show you what to do with the egg white when you're done with it. If I haven't mentioned to you, this is a ceramic egg cooker. So when I'm done making the muffin, I can use the egg cooker to make like an egg white omelet. So that's what I do. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to rinse it off again. So you're supposed to add egg yolk, milk, and vanilla. So I need a tablespoon of milk and some vanilla. And I'm just going to eyeball the vanilla. Do you know that usually most of the caps are a teaspoon? So I'm going to do half a teaspoon of vanilla. That's what it calls for. And the milk. I'm just using a 2% today, guys. Only 1 tablespoon of milk. All right, and I'm supposed to stir this to combine it. So I'm stirring it with the stirring measure because I don't need it anymore. I already measured my dry ingredients. So now this just becomes a stirring tool. And I'm still stirring. I don't like it lumpy. Okay, so to this, I add the flour, sugar, baking soda, and I mix it with the wet and dry ingredients going together. So I'm still stirring. Isn't this cool that I'm going to bake a muffin in this? It's so cool. And I'm going to enjoy it with a cup of pumpkin spice tea. Why not? Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Very vanilla-like, very sugary. I'm going to use my microplane zester because it asked me to add a teaspoon of lemon zest. So I've already cut it up for some tea the other day and it's already been washed. So I'm just going to go ahead and zest right into this pot, right into this cooker. I'm zesting. I'm trying to zest. There we go. So if you already washed a lemon, then you can just reseal it in a plastic bag and it stays fresh. You know, you don't have to rewash it. Unless you take it out and drop it on the floor. Then that's a big, different story on how you like to do your 10-second rule in your family. So the lemon helps to bring out the flavor of the brightness of the blueberries. So if you've ever done lemon blueberry muffins, or lemon blueberry cake, or lemon blueberry pie, this is just going to taste just like that. So I'm just going to knock off the rest of the zest right in there. So store this for later. Maybe I'll make some lemon tea tonight. And here's another one of those 1-cup prep bowls. So I am just going to fold in 2 tablespoons of blueberries. And I'm just going to eyeball it because I like a lot of blueberries. So yeah, about 1/3 of that. That looks good. And you can use fresh or frozen. But we live in Hawaii and frozen blueberries just for a pint are like $8. So I go with, with the fresh ones. I go with frozen. And usually they seem pretty plump when you defrost them and don't, let them sit around for days and days because then they can break down and get mushy. But if you take them out of the freezer that morning and go ahead and set them on the counter, they seem to be just as good when you're baking as far as doing the fresh versus the frozen. So that whole bag of blueberries that I got from the commissary was only like $2. Okay, this is it. I'm going to pop this in the microwave. It says for 1 minute. Why not? Let's try it. And then after a minute, if it's not done, because you'll be able to tell by the way the top looks, if it's not springy or spongy, then you do 15-second intervals. And I do enjoy using my egg cooker. I use it about 2 or 3 times a week. And I want my kids to be able to use it. My oldest daughter likes to use it to make her omelets or scrambled eggs. And another thing is my second oldest daughter really enjoys baking. And she feels like when she's making this recipe that she's doing her own baking, which kind of empowers her to be more independent in the kitchen. And I think it's really important for you guys to let your kids get in the kitchen. I know sometimes they make it a little bit more messy, but is it really worth the extra minute to clean up versus letting them get in and be creative in the kitchen? Because you want the kids to be able to, sorry, I'm talking from far away. You want the kids to be able to prepare healthy foods for themselves one day. So, I'm busy. I'll be right there. Jared's watching Nightmare Before Christmas, I think. That's why the creepy sounds in the background. This is leftover diced rotisserie chicken, and I sauteed some mushrooms with that. So what I'm going to do with this leftover egg white, yes?
I need to watch me on the couch.
I need to watch you on the couch? Okay, I would love to watch you on the couch. So I'm going to let you guys look at this. Do you see the little holes in the top? That means that the air went through it. It's springy. It's bouncy. It's done. 1 minute in the microwave. Isn't that awesome? Don't touch it, Jared. It's hot. I'm just going to pull it out on a, put it on a paper plate so you guys can see what this looks like. And you know what? As I'm scraping it out, I'm seeing a little bit of some stickiness around the edges. So I'm just going to pop that back in the microwave for 15 seconds just to be safe. Do you think, Jared, we should probably play with cats in the kitchen or not?
Yes.
No, we don't play with cats in the kitchen. Bring Liza to the living room. Okay, so I'm going to add an egg. A whole egg. to the bowl where I put my egg white. Because I'm going to do a little chicken and mushroom and egg scramble. Why not? I think it sounds good. I think you guys will enjoy it. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Now the edges are completely pulled away. Okay, so I'm just going to invert this to my best ability. Hey guys, you could eat this out of the cooker, and that actually might be the best way to go. Or you can do what you want. Put it on a plate, take it out of the plate. So there's the blueberry muffin. I don't know if you can see the steam, but it looks so yummy, and it's fluffy, and it's done, it's cooked. And I use gluten-free flour. So you can use your flour of your choice, okay? I'm going to give this a quick rinse, because I need to use the egg cooker again in the microwave for the omelet. So, give me a little scrub. Sorry you can't see me, but this is not important anyways. A little wipe down.
Is that brown cake, Mom?
We have brown cake. Yeah, we'll make brown cake tomorrow, okay, Jared? Okay, all clean. 1 egg yolk, I'm sorry, 1 egg white plus another egg into this. And then I'm going to add the chicken and mushrooms, because it's going to help it cook up really fluffy with just a little bit of the extra yummy juice going into it. And I'm going to use, let's use this to stir it up. You just want to break up the egg yolk a little bit. And if you're really lazy and you don't want to get a spoon out, you can always pop the top on, add a shake. But I'm going to add a tablespoon of a tablespoon of milk to get a little extra fluffiness. The milk is going to help add heat and steam into this omelet. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake.
It's going to be hot.
It.
It's going to be hot.
It's got to be a little hot. I'm putting it in there for 1 minute.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. I'm going to show you what it looks like later. And then we'll check back with you again. Hopefully we can go live again. Talk to you later. Bye.
Mom?